The transfer portal opened up a few days ago, and it's been a wild ride, let me tell you. Record setting in just the sheer number of names that have entered the transfer portal. I think we're well over 1,000 at this point, and we're going to go over some of those names today and possible landing spots. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Baroshmo, just in case you did not know. So that's Gojo. By the way, but go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. I'm going to go ahead and switch over here, and special thanks to today's sponsor, Manscaped. If you're looking to clean up below the belt, or maybe get a new set of boxers, I'm right now wearing Manscaped boxers, and oh my gosh, my testes are in heaven right now. But you can check out Manscaped. If you use promo code BROSHMO at checkout, you get 20% off plus free shipping. But I'm here on 24/7 Sports. If you're looking for a great way to track what's happening in the transfer portal, 24/7 does a great job. They have all the names, and you could basically shuffle it by position, by top-rated recruits and such. And that's what actually we're going to do today. We're going to go by position. And I'm actually going to do it from this. We're going to go with quarterback, and let's talk about a few of these guys here. As Devin Leary was a bit of a surprise. I thought if he would have came back, he would have stayed put at North Carolina State. I don't know if his eligibility would have allowed him that, so I don't know the specifics, but Devin Leary being in the transfer portal is kind of a big deal. He was a name I was not necessarily surprised to come back, but it wouldn't surprise me if he just went to the NFL draft. He probably would have been like a midday 3 prospect, but he leaves North Carolina State. Likely destinations, I think Wisconsin's been the biggest place I've heard thus far. So there's that. My boy DJ Uiagalelei. DJ Ukulele. That's my boy. He's leaving Clemson after being benched twice this season. Honestly, I thought he had a solid year. Just that Syracuse out wasn't necessarily great. And then after like 2 series, he was benched in the ACC championship game. So the cards were set. We kind of anticipated this coming, that there was no way he was going to go into the draft following that Syracuse and I guess the North Carolina, part of the South Carolina really was his fault, but he hasn't really looked good down the stretch thus far. The most popular spot I've heard is actually UCLA, as he is from California. So UCLA, I think, would be a really good landing spot with Chip Kelly there. I really like that a lot. Hudson Carr, if you remember him, he played the little late game heroics and almost beat Bama earlier this year. Let's make this a little bigger for you guys. So he's heading out. Possible destinations, I think Oklahoma State would make a lot of sense for a guy with his skill set. So that's one. You got Luke Altmaier, the backup for Ole Miss. It makes sense he would jump in the portal because of Jackson Dart's kind of the guy there. Jeff Sims, a cool spot I've heard with Jeff Sims, the Georgia Tech cat, is Auburn. So that's one to look out for. That could be pretty fun. Kyron Drones, if you're not familiar with the name, this guy made Alex from Hail Mary Sports did a 2024 mock, and he was one of the names on there, projecting that this guy can maybe emerge. But they haven't been able to get off Sharp as their guy, so he's now moving along. So he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. Austin Reed kind of lit it up there for Western Kentucky. Now he moves on. You got, I think Brennan Armstrong, a guy that did a lot of great things there for the Cavaliers offense. Kind of had a down year compared to the 2021 season. Now he's looking to head somewhere else. A guy that I just, at the beginning of the year, I thought could end up being draftable, but just didn't have the season that I thought he really needed. Malik Hornsby was that backup quarterback somewhat for Arkansas. They also try to move him to wide receiver, so it doesn't surprise me with KJ Jefferson returning that he is heading on out of there. Keaton Slovis is going to be moving on to a new team. That's wild. He's not going to be at Pittsburgh, so it's going to be interesting to see where he lands. We already know with Cade McNamara, he's going to Iowa, which honestly, that's kind of an improvement over Spencer, was it Petras? So good on that. Drew Payne did have a great end of the year for Notre Dame, so he's on the move now. Graham Mertz is on the move, and I'm not going to lie, Graham Mertz to Notre Dame kind of makes a little bit of sense. So I'm just going to put that out there in the space. I know Wisconsin fans are probably livid that he's heading out. But you got Batchmeyer out of Boise. He kind of had a rocky year at Boise at the beginning of the year where there was just so much turnover in terms of the coaching staff and such. Haynes Keene's out of Texas A&M. Name that they don't have here is JT Daniels. He's moving on after getting benched at West Virginia, basically for to see what younger players can do. It's essentially because he wasn't playing bad football, but JT Daniels will be looking for his fourth different team after having stints with the Trojans, the Bulldogs, and then the Mountaineers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the running backs. I'm not going to lie to you, there ain't a lot of high-profile running backs off the top of my head that I could think of. You got LJ Johnson here, Ray Davis. There's a couple of guys I do really want to talk about, like Trey Sanders. Believe for some accounts he was a 5-star. I think it was via ESPN, or maybe it was 4-star. But after being kind of a lost in the shuffle there for a long time, also injuries playing a part in that, he's going to be moving on somewhere else. So it's going to be very fun to see where he goes. Oh, these are not just the only guys. There is no way. I know there's a lot more than that. Maybe it just shows the top of the position. Let's see. All? Let's go with all. See if we get more names. Status? No, we have it on all. Here. Okay, so Kent State's running back. Maybe I do top position. Oh, no. Just do top. Do this for position. How about latest? Do this for position. Love that we're doing this in real time. All right, now this gives me all the nitty gritty of guys moving. Kobe Pace is an interesting one. Where's that Kent State guy I was talking about? My boy Jalen Knighton. He's heading out. Dylan Johnson. Boy, him and Mike Leach. There were words said. I'll just say that. Go check that out. Because Dylan Johnson had some words for Mike Leach on his way out. But it's going to be interesting where Knighton goes. I think he might be probably my top guy at the running back position. I want to find this Kent State. It's like Marquez Cooper, I think. We could also talk about the Ball State, the running back, the white running back. Heck yeah. We got a white boy running back. He's heading elsewhere. Where are you at, my friend? Where are you at? There. Okay, there's Carson Steele. So he had a really good year at Ball State. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Maybe he lands with a Power 5 school. That would be cool. Kent State's kind of having this mass exodus of players heading out. Let's see. Like I said, it's not entirely it's not like a big noteworthy. Dude, am I missing this cat somewhere? Oh yeah, my boy Lynn J. Dixon. Moving on from Tennessee, didn't even play for Tennessee this year. Didn't even play. Maybe they have Cooper somewhere else. Is there like a search feature here? I can check out school. I want to check out the Mac. No player found. Well, that's not right. Let's go with all. Yeah, there's like a couple of guys we're going to be talking about. All right. All right, is what it is here. I'll pull them up right here. Marquez Cooper. News. Yeah, Marquez Cooper, I think he's had back-to-back 1,000-yard rushing seasons for the Golden Flash. We'll talk about Dante Cephas too when we get to the receivers. But yeah, Marquez Cooper, he's definitely someone I'm intrigued to see where he goes. Not ideal size, but man, he's played well for that squad. All right, let's just go ahead and move to the wide receiver position. This will include tight ends too. Jaheim Bell was a huge name because Austin Stogner too is going to be leaving. So they're losing their essentially their top tight ends, South Carolina, to the transfer portal. I thought those were two wild ones. Dominic Lovett had a really good year for the for Mizzou. Dante Cephas there. He was a guy I talked about on my stock report video that I kind of like. He was kind of that late day 3 area to UDFA. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands. Doran Singer had a banger year there alongside Jacoby Cohen, who we'll talk about tomorrow in terms of guys returning. Had a really good season, and it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Theo Weiss, or Weiss out of Oklahoma. He's heading out. Let's see. Grant DeBose is an interesting name. Haven't looked into him or checked him out, but he's put up numbers there for Charlotte. E.J. Williams, also a guy that's kind of been in that wide receiver shuffle forever at Clemson. He's definitely an interesting one there. Here, let's go top, and I want to go receiver. Just make sure we've talked about as much as we can. All right, let's go ahead and head to the offensive line. All right, a lot of good things I've heard about this Rhode Island transfer. I'm not even sure if that's him per se, because I want to say it was the tackle. See, fun fact, I have not watched Rhode Island at all this year, so I'm actually unfamiliar with these guys. But I saw their tackle getting a lot of praise. Okay, no, it is him. Wow, man, only allowed 6 pressures and a sack on the season. Let's go into those stats. Let's see. So he's listed as 6'5", 310. Did have a game against Pittsburgh this year. 3 penalties, but did allow no pressures. Wow. Okay, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Cornelius. Johnny Cornelius. Was it Javion Cohen? Was a surprise. I thought he was going to go to the draft as this like potential early day 3 guy, but he's decided to now enter the transfer portal. This might be one of the biggest gets. Ladarius Henderson at Arizona State, another guy that was probably looking to be this early day 3, maybe fringe day 2 guy. He's moving to Michigan. Michigan, just after getting Oluwatimi from Virginia last year, they go ahead and grab another guy. Another really good player. So that's pretty cool. We got Joshua Bond going to Braun, the Florida tackle, had a really good year going to Arkansas. Logan Brown, excuse me, formerly very highly rated recruit, never was able to really see the field a ton for Wisconsin. He's going to Kansas, so Kansas, man, they're slowly building a squad there. Let's see if we could do latest for the offensive line. See if there's any guys we may have missed. Oh wow, Willie Lampkin. That's a surprise. I think he's been the center there for Coastal Carolina. Probably their best offensive player, actually, or offensive lineman. Grayson McCall's been their best offensive player. And we'll talk about another Coastal Carolina defensive player a little bit later on that I may have included in my 2024 NFL mock draft. A way too early one, by the way, but we'll talk about him a little bit later. Yeah, Willie Lampkin, their center, had a banger year, only allowed 7 pressures and a sack. He's been with the squad since 2020. He's been a starter ever since. He's played guard and center. So, and this was his first year at center. Played really well. So, interested to see his name in the transfer portal. I'm going to have to make a note of that because I think I had him on my 2023 Google spreadsheets. Let's see if we could see any other big names that come to mind. Like, there's been this mass exodus from Alabama by guys like Amari Knight down here. You got Tommy Brockermeyer. That was a surprise. So they've kind of had the exodus. Let's load more players here, because there's a lot. All right. There's none that I could think off the top of my head right now. Like, we kind of touched up on the ones that I really wanted to talk about, like Henderson, Cohen. So let's go ahead and move to the defensive line and see what we got going there. As this one, Hurricanes, this hurts. Daryl Jackson, I think he started all 12 games this season for the Hurricanes. Now he moves to Florida State. Florida State, another team that's done very well in the transfer portal the past few seasons. All right, who else we got going on? I know Devon Townley was a very highly rated recruit for Penn State there. Let's see. Wonder if they're going to include... here we go. Josiah Stewart. Easily the best defensive player for Coastal Carolina. A guy that's a bit undersized as an edge player. I think he's about 230, but he's been very productive. I'm very fascinated to see where he goes. I wonder if... Grayson McCall, man, just throw your name in the transfer portal, my dude. Come on, man. What you doing? Tracy Ford, this guy's going to be playing Sundays. He's going to be heading out from Oklahoma State, so I'm fascinated where he may go. Who else we got going on? Missed phone call. Huh. All right, I don't think there's many I could think off the top of my head. We got a few guys staying here. Okay, Desan McCullen? I don't know. He's going to Oklahoma, which is kind of weird because I think his dad took a job because his dad was on the Indiana coaching staff, and I think his dad went to Notre Dame. Could be wrong about that. I don't know. You let me know. But this is a cat who I think he was in his true freshman year or redshirt freshman year. One of the two. So he's headed on out. But yeah, man. Transfer portal is just loaded with a lot of talent. Here, let's check out top talent at the defensive line position. So I think, yeah, we already talked about him. Oh, here we go. Levi Bell. This cat was on my to watch list for I had actually 2 Texas State guys on my watch list. Let me actually duplicate this real quick because there was a tackle that I failed to mention. Not a tackle, but a guard from Texas State. I think it's like Hergel or something like that. Let's just search by school. We're going to the Sun Belt. We're going to Texas State. Now, these aren't the only guys. There was another dude. Maybe he's a grad transfer. Here. I'm gonna pull up Texas State real quick because I'm fairly confident this cat's in the transfer portal. Oh, looking for player. Just need to get his name real quick. Kyle Hergel. Okay. So, Kyle Hergel. This guy played exceptionally well. He made the Senior Bowl watch list, if you didn't know. As you can see here, he's already been offered some spots. Louisville extended an offer to him. So that's neat. That's good for him. But yeah, the guy I really want to focus on is Levi Bell here, who's just been a dominant force for Texas State. And I really hope he ends up moving to a Power 5 school. I really, really do. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the linebacker position. I'm excited to talk about the defensive backs because linebackers got some guys too, though, but I'm very excited about the defensive backs. There we go. I wonder if they're going to have Justin Flo is a guy that's moving. Justin Flo, like moving moving from Oregon. That's wild. We also got Justin Jacobs from Iowa, a guy that I really, really liked. Let's see. Yeah, load up more for me, please. Here, screw this. We're just gonna hit top. Oh yeah, Mason Cobb, who was like the sack leader this year for Oklahoma State. He's moving on. That's a big name. Man, I wish there was a better way to look at all, like, I mean, there's just so many guys. So many. I wonder if there's an easier way to go through this. But like where we have Justin Flo, Justin Jacobs. Oh, we have this cat that I'm not going to butcher his name right now, though he's moving to UCLA. UCLA is going to see like 4 of their top or 3 of their top edge rushers head to the draft this season, or at least I assume so. But Justin Flo being probably one of the biggest, a guy that injuries have really kind of wrecked his so far his young collegiate career. Oh, let's see who else we got going on here. I wonder where am I going to see Justin Jacobs? Okay, well, we see Amari Gaynor. That's kind of a big one. I think he's more of a grad. He's a grad transfer though, so that one was kind of to be expected. Let's see. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm going to be looking for Justin Jacobs all day. Well, Justin Jacobs out of Iowa, he was a guy that was slowed early in the season because of injuries and just never really got back into the lineup. So I'm very excited. I think that's a guy with a very high hopes, high ceiling. So I'm very excited to see where he may land. But let's go ahead and talk about these corners, because this corner class it's something. We'll talk about safeties as well. All right, so Storm Duck Also, by the way, Tony Grimes, both those guys heading out of North Carolina. Both didn't really have ideal seasons. Like Tony Grimes kind of started the year a little banged up. Probably had the better year than Storm Duck. Both guys thought they were going to people thought they would be like day 2, day 3, early day 3 targets in the draft. Now they decide to transfer after having down seasons. So I'm interested to see if they're are they going to be a package on where they go? Like, that's going to be very interesting. Let's see here. Load this sucker up. There's Tony Grimes. Just kind of talked about him. AJ Hampton out of Northwestern was a cat. A lot of people the last couple of years thought he would kind of emerge as like this big draft prospect, and that kind of didn't really happen the last couple of seasons. So he's moving on, which good for him. You could probably go to a better school than Northwestern. I know Northwestern fans don't want to hear that, but the truth is the truth. Y'all were a one-win team this season, so I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. I know Turner was a big hit for Arizona, one of their more highly rated recruits. Let's see, there's a Virginia prospect I really want to talk about. Oh, here we go. Devontae Brown, a guy that I really liked. Injuries kind of played a role this season in him deciding, or him probably deciding not to go in the draft. He was one of the guys who, in my preseason top 10 corners that were draft eligible, he made that list. He's got the length. I really hope he goes to a Power 5 school. I think he has the ability to do good things in the Power 5 and really elevate that draft stock. Let's see what else we got going on here. Man, dude, literally so many names. So many. Oh, here's Ventrell Cypress. If you're not familiar with this cat, you should be. He is a big reason of why I want to go back and watch, like, Virginia secondary. Virginia, no lie, kind of been pumping out good secondary players, or at least like guys you should know for the draft last couple of seasons. And his the guy that played across from him, Anthony Johnson, he's actually a Senior Bowl invite. Anthony Johnson had 2 picks and 9 pass breakups this season. And Cypress didn't allow a touchdown this year. His catch rate on him was 45%, which if you're under 50, get your eyes open. That's pretty nice. Only allowed 179 yards. The long of the year was 43. He allowed 9 pass breakups, 10% missed tackle rate, which is pretty solid for a corner. Like, yeah, this cat's going to be highly sought out for. Keep in mind, they only played 10 games this season, while Cypress, he played 9. So he is going to be a very interesting name in the transfer portal, where he may land, where he may go. There's Charles Woods from West Virginia. Injuries kind of played a big factor of why he decided to not declare and decided to to transfer. Al Blade Jr., I didn't know this cat was still playing college football. That's wild. That just kind of blows my mind. Really does. Let's see what else we got going on here. There's Charles Woods. Oh, that's right. He already decided to go to SMU. I knew there was something. I knew he went somewhere. Let's just go ahead and look at the top guys in general. Clear this all together as they have Cypress as the top guy here. I'll scoot this sucker in a little bit. Then you got Leary, Bell, Uyagalele, Card. Don't know too much about Hardaway. Again, Cornelius, I've heard really good things about him. Haven't watched him myself. Not gonna lie to you, I probably won't watch Rhode Island this year. Though I might do it during the summer. Check out this guy for my deep dives. But yeah, man, there's that Dante Cephas. So like, man, just wild how many guys are deciding to move teams. Really blows my mind. Really does. Jacob Lacey, who was a highly recruited cat out of Notre Dame, he's going to Oklahoma. That's huge for Oklahoma. Really is. We don't have commitments yet. We're seeing a few of them pour in, but golly gee, man, it is going to be wild to have to track down some of these players. It's going to be a task and a half. Oh, Stogner's going back to Oklahoma? No, that's a prediction. That's a prediction, not a commitment. Okay. I was like, what? It's like, calm down. No way. That's a prediction, not a commitment. Gotta keep that in mind. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. I'll be talking about prospects that decide to return to college rather than declare tomorrow. So be on the look for that. And until next time, keep it easy, my friends. Later.